Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Evan Stamer of Ignite Autosport with Core Motorsport. Try saying that three times fast. In the USF 2000 series that they'll be competing in. First year team. Yes.
Yes.
Evan, how are you?
I'm doing good, Casey. Thanks for having me on the show tonight.
Yeah, no problem. So we did talk to your teammate earlier today. Of course, Spike. It was announced just a few weeks ago that this team was going to get put together. It's so what's it going to be like racing in USF?
It's going to be wild. I think it's going to be a very wild year. It's looking like it's going to be the most difficult year with the most drivers and most experience on the track. So especially with me coming in my first year, rookie year in the USF 2000 series, I think it's going to be a challenge, especially for me coming in, jumping right into this. But that's what it's about. This year's about learning how to deal with all of that and gaining as much experience as I can. So I'm along for the ride, that's for sure.
Yeah. So kind of tell, I'm looking through, like, trying to find what you're all about and stuff. So tell the people what you what have you raced in so far? Just kind of explain kind of your journey through this racing thing.
Yeah, well, it all started in 2014 when I first got into the Ignite K3 program with Margay Racing. It's an all-spec Briggs program where everybody's on the same equipment. So I started off in that, and I'm actually still racing that to this day. But during that, I've raced a lot of KA100 tag carts, and I've raced all over the country in those, going to SCUSA, Supernats, and different venues like that. Recently, I've done a lot of racing schools to get myself prepped for this USF 2000 series. Done schools like Skip Barber, and then recently a lot of Lucas Oil Racing School. That's been a ton of help getting me acclimated to this environment, and all the guys there have been great in teaching me how to drive these cars.
So you're heading into the USF 2000 series. It's you said it was the most cars out there. Of course, you're going to be kind of competing for the mega team that's dominated the series for so long. I mean, are expectations right out of the gate for this team to go out and win because you are under the Cape banner? Or do you feel like you need maybe some time? Because the thing is, for most drivers, you're not going to go out and win your first ever race in a new car unless you're Ty Gibbs. But what's that going to be like for you to learn these cars?
It's just all about experience. The Cape guys and the Ignite Autosport guys have a really good understanding of the sport, and they have absolutely no expectations. They put zero pressure on their drivers, because when you start to put expectations and pressure on your drivers, it stresses them out, and it ultimately makes them perform worse, honestly. So it's a very relaxed but intense environment in under the Cape tent. They obviously know what they're doing. They know how to treat their drivers and protect them. So no, it's they obviously know what I'm capable of, and they wouldn't put me on the track if they didn't think I was ready for this. So I'm aiming for myself for consistent top tens for the team, get consistent points finishes, and once I gain more experience later in the year, hopefully to capture some podiums along the way. But it's ultimately going to be a challenge, and we're in it for the long run, and hopefully we can come back next year and ultimately compete for that championship.
Okay, so looking at this season, it's a wide variety of tracks, from street circuits to road courses to ovals. Where do you think you're most well suited at?
I think I am most well suited at the street courses. I've done a lot of karting on them. Obviously, it's way different than karting, but I think I'm pretty comfortable with being on the edge of all those tracks and having the car be free with all those slick street circuits. So I think those tracks are going to suit me well. And obviously, the tracks that we've been testing at, those I'll be comfortable at those as well. But street circuits would be my dominant track, I want to believe, this year.
Okay, St. Pete or Toronto?
Thinking St. Pete. I'm really excited for St. Pete, and hopefully Toronto happens with COVID, but hopefully that happens.
Yeah, we'll have to see what obviously with obviously differences in just restrictions are different here in the United States than they are in Canada. So we'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, let's get to know you a little bit. We kind of did this with a lot of people don't know who you are, so let's kind of get to know you outside of racing. Okay, so the first question is, what is your favorite food?
I have a guilty pleasure for pizza. I am absolute weakness. There's this place in Litchfield, Illinois called Pizza Man, and they have the best pizza out there. So I would have to go with pizza for sure.
Of course, so you're in Illinois, right?
I am, yes.
Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I've never had it. So
Yeah, yeah. Not a lot of people. It's in a small town, so
small town mom and pop shops. They're the absolute best.
right.
Do you put pineapple on your pizza?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Right, thank you.
I'm either a cheese or pepperoni kind of, mostly pepperoni.
That is the best way to go. That is absolute best way to go.
Hands down right there. Yep.
That is the absolute best way to go. Now we are talking. Okay, so you're from Illinois. I'm sure you watch. Are you a big stick and ball? Are you like a baseball, football, basketball? Or are you just like, I just like racing, man?
I really enjoy watching football. I've grown up watching my brother play baseball, and I still do like it, but it's just so slow for me, and I just like watching a lot of action sports. So football is a big hit for me.
Are you a Bears fan?
I'm not a Bears fan. I'm a Ravens fan.
You're a Ravens fan, and you're in Illinois?
Yeah, my almost 20 years now. My mom actually designed their training facility. She's an interior designer, so we got a football sign from all the players and staff. So
that is really cool, actually.
Yeah,
I did not know that. The things you learn when you get on these podcasts. Favorite movie, and then the second part is favorite TV, Netflix, Hulu show.
Ooh, okay. So I'll go with the Netflix show for right now. I'm a big Outer Banks person.
Okay.
No judgment on that, but that that was a really big hit for me. And then for movie, I'd have to go with some of the Mission Impossibles with Tom Cruise.
Those are good.
They're solid movies. So yeah, there's probably some, I can't think of it right now. There's probably some better ones out there, but that's my all-time favorite I'd have to go with.
Yeah, I've never seen Outer Banks, and I don't plan to see it because I just got rid of my Netflix account. I just got Hulu.
Yeah, I'm not a big, I don't watch too much Netflix, but that is one show I did watch. So
okay. What's something that you do to, like, okay, let's say you're absolutely bored. What would you do, like, to pass the time? Would you watch movies, TV? Would you draw? Would you color? Would you word searches? What would you do?
I'm actually a semi big drawer. I took a couple classes in high school that kind of got me decent at drawing. So I like to draw different types of things, mostly different cars, come up with my own designs and cars and things like that.
Do you have any drawings nearby you, bud?
I do not actually. Yeah, they would probably be on the other side of the house in my room. So, but yeah, unfortunately.
Save that for the next step. Time on the podcast.
I'll have that ready.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I have one 13-year-old golden doodle.
Nice.
She's pretty sassy in her old age, but
yeah. Favorite vacation spot?
Ooh, so I absolutely love going to Colorado or Utah, and absolutely love going there in the mountains and going mountain biking with my family. And my favorite warm place to go would have to be Miami. I just visited Miami for the first time, and
Yes.
I visited South Beach. I wasn't there for a long time, so I don't know the whole culture there, but it was really, really cool to see all the big skyscrapers, and just everything was super, super nice, and it was really cool.
Do you have any racing superstitions?
Oh, yes, I do talk to my car before I get in it, or when I'm in it, I give it a little pep talk. And
Do you have a name for it?
oh,
Do you name your cars?
my personal car is named Christina. My
Really?
daily driver is Christina. I have it
What kind of
named.
car do you drive?
It's a little blue Scion FRS
Oh my
manual.
boy.
It's not fast, but it's fun to drive. But actually, my mechanic and I actually came. I can't think of it now, but my mechanic and I came up at the last session, at the last test session. A name for my car. It was like Rodriguez or something,
Nice.
something kind of weird like that.
Or like Chichi Rodriguez or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What do you tell? What do you? So when you talk to your car, what do you tell it? It's like, okay, I need you to go fast today. I need you to pass all these cars. I need you to net, like, I don't need you to like not wreck anybody or anything like that. Is that what you tell him or her? And yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's more like, all right, man, come on. I know I might have done a bad job in qualifying or something like that, but please help me out here in the race. So, or if it's qualifying, I'm like, all right, just give me one good lap. You don't have to, just one good lap. That's all I need. Something like that.
Man,
So
this is material for Rob Howden to find out. So
yeah, yeah.
Rob, I'm doing your work for you, man.
Rob, yeah, he didn't get into as much depth as this. We talked about some different things, but
Oh, he was, probably talking about, I think it was all, well, I mean, you had Spike and you had your team owner.
oh yeah, it was a great interview. Yeah.
Yeah. What's something we don't know about Spike?
Ooh, Spike. You
I
might
mean,
not
you guys
know
have
this.
known each other for a while, so
Yeah. You might not know this, but his real name is Luke,
really,
and he got his name Spike from his early days in karting. He would always spike his hair and get it all gelled up, and it'd be super spiky, and that's how he got his name. Somehow it stuck. So I don't know how, but and uh and actually early on in our friendship, I met him at the airport one time, and I called him Spike, and I freaked out after because I was like, oh man, I don't know if just his close friends and family call him Spike or Luke, and it was, but it's kind of funny.
yeah.
So
All right, this has been really fun. Oh, one more thing. What's something people don't know about
ooh. I'm a very I love to play sand volleyball,
you? Really?
and yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do. Other than racing, obviously, sand volleyball and snowboarding. That's one of my favorite hobbies to do.
Absolutely, man. That's actually really cool. Uh,
Yeah,
hmm, yeah. So, do you pay attention to other forms of motorsports like NASCAR, IMSA,
yeah.
NHRA?
Recently, I've been into Formula One for a while, but recently I've uh, started to watch more IMSA racing and actually NASCAR.
Really?
And obviously, when IndyCar comes back on, I'll watch a bunch of that. But
Of course.
IMSA, I really enjoy.
Of course. Yeah, everyone enjoys IMSA. By the way, the 12 Hours of Sebring is next week.
It is, yes. And actually, I was at Sebring uh, 2 weeks ago, racing the Lucas Oil Winter Series with them, and actually Zach Veach and their Corvettes and some DPIs were there testing. So that was really cool to watch.
Did you get to meet any of them?
No, no, unfortunately, no.
Okay. I asked Spike this question. Who's the most famous person you've ever met?
Ooh, that's a great question. I have met Scott Dixon, and some of those IndyCar guys. Ooh, I can't. Um, Met a couple of famous YouTubers. I don't know if you this guy out of Las Vegas that owns a car rental place, but exotic car rental place. Can't Royalty Exotics.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I mean,
met
there's a lot.
him.
I mean, there's a lot of guys in Las Vegas. There's that guy. There's the guy from there's those guys from the Pawn Stars show, and there's
Yeah, I've actually met them too. I visited their
really,
shop.
you
Yeah,
actually go in there?
yeah. I went in there. It's really small. It looks bigger on TV, but it's tiny.
Did you know they're actually not the guys from that always do the show? They're not in there. They're only actually in there when they're actually filming the show. Do you know that?
Well, yeah, I saw. I saw. Is it Chumley? Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. I saw him in the back, but I didn't see any other guys.
Okay. Interesting. We'll
Yeah,
have to see what happens in
that
that.
is interesting though that they're never there.
I mean, yeah, it's like everyone wants their like autograph or something and all that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you so much. This has been an
yeah.
awesome
This is
to
good.
know you. And let's do this again throughout the season. Just kind of previewing and stuff.
No, yeah. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on.